Good day, everyone. My name is Karen Hicks, and I'm going to talk about how to make the Thai coconut soup from Epicure. This is one of their new products from the spring and winter catalog that just came out in 2021, and I've never made this before, and I'm super excited. I'm going to be making it with shrimp instead of the recommended tofu, just because I love coconut and shrimp together. And so here we go. I've never made it before, so follow along and we'll make it together. So it makes about 6 cups or 4 servings. All the seasoning you need for making the soup is in this packet, and the recipe is right on the back, and of course nutritional ingredients are as well as in there. So first of all, it says to dice 1 large unpeeled sweet potato into small cubes, which would make about 2 cups. So I've already, I kind of did a cheat at the store, grocery store. I just bought a little tray of cut up cubed sweet potato in the produce section. I hate cutting sweet potatoes. They're really hard to cut. And so this is one of the things that I'm willing to pay a little bit more just to save some time. So I put those into my multi-purpose steamer, and it's in the microwave right now for 6 minutes, just so we can get a head start on that, and I'll show that to you afterwards. So next we're going to, let's see here, in a wok, which I don't have a wok, but Epicure's just come out with a wok, and it should be in stock probably the middle of this month of February. So I'm going to use just a plain large saucepan here that's non-stick. So it says to put it in there, we're going to combine the seasoning in this packet with 2 cups of hot water. So I'm going to use my 4-cup prep bowl. This is a nice little glass bowl. Has a silicone lid as well to store leftover soups, salads, yeah, all kinds of things in there. Nourish bowls. Anyway, so we're going to use this. We're going to cut open our packet with our Prep Pro scissors. These are really sharp, great kitchen scissors. Just dump that in there. And then we need 2 cups of hot water, I believe it said. Sorry. Yes, 2 cups of hot water. So I'm going to use my little Prep Pro bowl, which is 1 cup measurement, and I'm just going to fill that up with the sink. Okay. So we've got our 2 cups of hot water. Gonna whisk it up in here with my mini whisk. This is another new product from Epicure. Just came out. They're currently out of stock already because they were so popular, but I'm sure they'll be back soon, and you can grab one then. I have one from the past, just slightly different. Just has a little hook on the top of it. Other than that, it's exactly the same. All right, so we're going to combine the seasoning, and we're going to put it into our saucepan here. Oops. Along with our coconut milk. Just a minute here. There we go. All right, so once this is whisked, just dump it in. Oops. That smells really good. And then I've got 1 can of coconut milk as well. Any brand is fine. And I'm going to be using my 3-in-1 spatula, which is really handy dandy. It's got a little spoon-shaped end on it there. And then it's a very long handle, so it's really good to get into long, skinny jars, or like big things of mayonnaise, jam jars, you name it. So you don't have to waste anything at the bottom. Sounds like our sweet potatoes are done already in the microwave. Perfect. Just gonna mix that in with our sauce here. And I believe we wanna bring it to a boil. Cover and bring to a boil. So let's turn that up a bit. I just wanna make sure it's all mixed in nicely. Let me just grab my lid. see what's next. Prep your veggies. Okay, so we need 2 cups of coarsely chopped baby bok choy, 1.5 cups of cubed tofu, but in this case I'm going to be using shrimp, and then 1 cup of sliced mushrooms. I don't want to put mushrooms in mine, so I'm not. You can put mushrooms, you can put other vegetables in there as well if you have a preference. So let's get our bok choy out. I have actually never in my life bought a bok choy. This is the first time I've ever bought one. So yeah, we are going to go at it. I even had to look up what part of the bok choy you're allowed to eat, or you should eat. Looks like you can eat the whole thing, but I'm just going to be using mostly the top of it, I think, for now, and I'll save the rest of it for another time. Let me grab a knife. So I'm super excited because I'm going to be getting the Epicure Prep Pro knife, which I have not ever tried before. So that should be coming in the mail within the next week or so. So I'm just going to use the top part here, and I'm using my awesome little Epicure cutting board, and it's got little feet on it as well, which keep the juices and stuff off of your cutting board when you flip it over to use the other side. All right. I'm not sure if you heard, but there's a new teppanyaki sauce that Epicure is bringing out this month, in the month of February 2021, and they're bringing it out as a taste test product. So you can order a jar of it for yourself. I think it's $8.95. It's only available while supplies last this month, so let me know if you want a jar right away so I can put that in before they're sold out. And it goes great with like steak, chicken, shrimp, vegetables. It's a sauce. You add the seasoning to mayonnaise, a little bit of rice vinegar, and sesame oil. And then teppanyaki is, I guess, a Japanese type of cooking where they cook it on, or they cut it all up on like a metal plate, and it's cooked either grilled or boiled. I forget all the details. Anyway, I'll post more about it in my video page, my VIP page, sorry. All right, so we've got about 2 cups here of our bok choy, and then we're also going to be putting in our shrimp in this case. So I have some Argentinian shrimp. I've already peeled them, and then I've just cut them into little pieces. I didn't realize they were like this big each, so I would only have like 7 shrimp in my soup. So I'm just chopping it up into fine pieces. You can use chicken, you can use tofu, you can use shrimp, you can use whatever you like. Let's take a look here. I think we are looking good here. Here's my sauce spoon. No! Oh, come on. Thought I had all my dishes done. All right. Epicure has some awesome utensils. This is the saute spoon. They also have, I think it's 5 other utensils in a kit, a set of them. They're steel enforced, and then they're made with 100% food grade silicone, so they're safe to use and good heat resistant tools as well. Those are actually also currently out of stock, but they are working to get them back in. I believe a lot of their shipments are already on the boats for a lot of these products, but the thing is because Amazon and Walmart are getting priority, so some of our boats are being shipped like way up to northern Canada to hang around until there's time to receive them. So that's what's going on with that. And there's also a round steamer as well that's coming out, and that is on one of those boats as well. That should be in mid-February, we're hoping, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so we brought this to a boil, and now we're just going to reduce it to a simmer, and I'm going to just wash my bok choy. I'm going to put it in my collapsible strainer here. This is really handy if you have a small space in your kitchen, and it flattens right down really flat, so it saves space. You can also use it as a steamer on top of your multi-purpose pot to steam your vegetables if you'd like. Let me just rinse this quickly. So if you guys have used bok choy before, which I'm sure lots of you have, let me know what you use it for. Because like what kind of food you put it into. Because I have never actually used it before. So I'm just gonna dump this in our soup here. Okay. And you flatten this right down like this. Super flat little thin thing. It can go in the dishwasher as well, which is super handy. All right. And we're going to throw our shrimp in there also. And it calls for, it says 1.5 cups of medium firm tofu. Like I said, this was a bag of probably about 7 or 8 really large shrimp, like probably double the size of regular size shrimp. All right, and then our sweet potatoes as well. So let's just move this out of the way. Now, when you use a steamer in the microwave, you gotta be careful because it can come out very hot if the steam releases from it. So I always put it on a plate so that when I take it out, the steam doesn't release, because it's bendable, which is great because you can like pour soups and things out of it, but it has 3 vents here for steam, and sometimes when you lift it out, if you're pulling on the edges, it releases the steam. See that? And that's very hot, so you want to be careful, especially if children are helping in the kitchen. I would recommend watching them very carefully if they're going to use this, but using oven mitts or just keeping it tipped away from your face is a good tip as well. But like I said, I put it on a plate like this. All right, so we've got our chopped up cubed sweet potato in there. It took 6 minutes in the microwave. Was it 6 or 8? Yeah, 6 minutes. So I'm just gonna put that into our soup. You know how long potatoes normally take to cook? It's ridiculous. So I love the steamer for that reason. If you want this to be not a chunky soup, you could use it, put it in a blender carefully, a little bit by little bit, so you don't, so it doesn't explode with steam. Or if you have one of those handheld ones that you can put into the long skinny handheld blenders, and you just mix up your soup like that. Okay, so here's our soup. Let's see if you can see it. Move this out of the way. Let's move it up here a bit more. So we've got shrimp, sweet potato, bok choy, and our seasoning mix. And if you want to add mushrooms, you can as well. Like I said, I'm not too much into the mushrooms in this type of soup. I really want the coconut flavor. And then it just says to stir it in and let it simmer for another minute. So I'm just gonna put the lid on and let it simmer. And you can add a squeeze of a lime. So let me just grab one of those and I'll show you our 3-in-1 citrus press. Sorry, I didn't realize I needed to use a lime. I'm gonna grab one quickly here. Okay. All right. I always like to have fresh limes and lemons in my fridge because you never know when you're going to need one. So all we do is we cut it in half. And this is our 2-in-1 citrus press. So you open it up and the green section is for a smaller lime, and then the yellow section you would put a lemon in. So because we have a lime, we're going to put it in the top. We're going to put the flat part of the lime down into the rounded part. And then we just close it up and squeeze as much juice as you want, just to give it a little bit of a citrus kick. And there you have it. That, oh my, that is good. And it's better than takeout, guys. It's healthier. You look at the sodium levels on some of these things, it is so much lower than what would be in the store. There are some comparison slides in one of the albums, photo albums in my VIP page, so be sure to check those out for comparisons. It's got the price, some of the ingredients, sodium levels and things. So this one here has 240 milligrams of sodium in it. There's no MSG in it. A lot of Chinese and Thai food has MSG in it, and it is very healthy. The bok choy I think was like $2 at the grocery store. The sweet potato was $3, The shrimp was more expensive. It was $10.99. So that's what, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and the packet's about $3, $3.50. So about 19 bucks or so for everything, and it makes our 6 cups of soup as well. So not bad compared to paying like $10 or $99 at the restaurant for one bowl of soup. You can feed your whole family for around $3 a person or $4 a person, depending on what you put in. And like I said, if you put in tofu or chicken, it would be a lot cheaper as well, but I chose to go with the good shrimp. Anyway, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be putting these on YouTube now, so you can share them with your friends and family. So be sure to like them and subscribe to my page, and have a great day.